From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Still seeing a few scattered snow flurries for some of the higher elevations. A little bit of drizzle, some light rain trying to develop in parts of the valley. Those low clouds kind of sticking around. You can see that here with the low clouds here in Oroville. It's really the case here for the valley. Looks like those fire trucks, by the way, kind of filling up with a little bit of water here. But yeah, those overcast skies, certainly the case here for the valley. Just not seeing a lot of rainfall, but yeah, maybe a little drizzle here and there. Trinity Center still have the overcast skies there as well. There you can see some puddles left over from the water that we've seen there. And looking out at Lassen Park, this is out at the South Park entrance here, Visitor Center. Absolutely gorgeous. We do have a lot of those low clouds still kind of lingering around the area as well. But look at that, still plenty of snow. Looking absolutely gorgeous. So here's the deal. We've got a continued cool and unsettled weather pattern for the rest of the week and even into the first half of the weekend. Now, snow levels today were up at about 3,000 feet. I'm expecting them to lower to as low as 2,000 feet by tomorrow. But on average, off and on with that chances for rain and of course with the snow, we're looking at snow levels between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. And the winds, there's certainly going to be an impact here for today and even into tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second. There you can see the main area of low pressure right here, colder air getting wrapped around it. This right here is the next disturbance that's going to be coming in, and I think this is what's going to bring us some heavier rainfall and not to mention some pretty heavy snow for some of the higher elevations. So today at 6 p.m., we're already beginning to see the leading edge of some of that begin to move in, with some of the snow making its way into the northwestern portions of the state, not to mention some of the rain that we are seeing along the coast. Then we go into the overnight and early morning hours. This is midnight tonight. Some pretty decent rain for Del Norte and Humboldt counties. This right here is the heavy snow that we do have in western Siskiyou and most of Trinity County, seeing a lot of that snow. The leading edge of that, seeing some light snow flurries, but nothing heavy at this point. Now we take into 5 a.m., so we're still in the early morning hours here tomorrow, and some of the heavier rainfall is beginning to make its way into the north end of the valley. Keep in mind, snow levels are around 2,000 feet. We may have some issues on Buckhorn Summit, Highway 299 West, not to mention north of I-5. We saw the mess this morning on I-5 north of Redding. We could see that again here for tomorrow morning, and I'm expecting the snow to be even heavier for tomorrow morning as we see the storm system pass through. Now let's take you into about the noon hour on Wednesday, and already things are starting to wrap themselves up. We're looking at drier conditions for the valley. There are going to be some snow flurries in the mountains, and this will continue to bring issues for some of the higher elevations with chain requirements. But still the snow flurries even at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, but there you can see even a few scattered showers here out along the coast. Then we take you into Thursday morning. Dry conditions for the valley. There may be some stray showers for parts of the coast here really through the day on Thursday, but I think everyone else will be dry on Thursday, and then not to mention going into Friday as well. Here's a look at the forecast estimates, and you can see rainfall estimates, that is upwards of maybe 3/4 of an inch of rainfall once all is said and done for the coast. But yeah, I mean, we're just not seeing much in the valley or really anywhere else when we're talking about the water equivalency. Now, the snow totals, the amount of snow that we do expect to see, 2 to 4 inches for Mount Shasta City, not out of the question. Of course, see more than that for the ski park. 2 to 4 inches, that is for El Turris. 1 to 2 inches in Bernie. Look at that, 4 to 8 inches possibly out at Chester. And we may see a little light dusting for places like Weaverville and Havework as well, but those are pretty low elevations here for that snow. The storm impacts for today, as you can see, are mainly in that minor category, kind of getting in that major category as you head off towards eastern Del Norte County. Now, I do expect overall anywhere from minor to moderate here as we take you through the day tomorrow with those winter storm impacts, but then by Thursday, things are going to start to quiet down a bit. Looking at the winds, they're going to die down here later on this afternoon and evening, but we do have another round of winds coming in tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., especially in the eastern mountains. Just not as strong of winds, that is, off to the west of I-5. And then the wind should die down a bit here as we go into the noon hour on Wednesday, and not to mention Wednesday afternoon. It looks like on Thursday, not that bad with the winds. However, you can see along the Warner Mountains, looks like we have some gusty winds there. So be aware of that, especially if you're heading out over Cedar Pass. For your Thursday, as mentioned, it should be a drier day, not to mention for your Friday. There's that system still coming in on Saturday when we expect snow levels to be somewhere around 3,000 feet and maybe a little bit higher in some cases. It's dry for the second half of the weekend, and it looks to be dry again going into Monday and even Tuesday of next week. Looks like a system just kind of approaching the area, but for now, it looks dry for early next week. Taking a look at your wave heights, upwards of around 20 feet, especially as you head out to sea here. Taking on Wednesday, we might see a slight drop in those overall wave heights, so it's still pretty high. So here's what it looks like for today. Temperatures somewhere in the low 50s for your daytime highs in the valley. Still pretty cool for the eastern mountains. Should be mainly in the 30s and 40s. Look at that, only about 32 for Alturas. There you can see out towards Siskiyou County, temperatures in the mid 30s and those mid 50s for your daytime highs out along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at your 7-day outlook region by region for Mount Shasta. Of course, we got 3,000 feet today down to 2,000 feet on Wednesday. Slight chance on Friday, but looks like a better chance coming into your Saturday. Same situation with those snow levels for Alturas and Susanville, drying out by Sunday and Monday. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. Showers in the morning. Of course, we saw that today. We'll see it again tomorrow morning, and then it looks like drier conditions for Wednesday afternoon. Dry for Thursday, Friday. More showers coming into the picture here by the time we get into your Saturday. Here's your 7-day outlook for the North Coast. Off and on chances for rain pretty much through Saturday, with the heaviest expected to be here for late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and another round of some decent rain coming in on Saturday. There's a look at Weaverville, Trinity County, right? We're looking at 2,000 feet, and there you can see around 3,500 feet by the time we get into your Saturday.